All right. Everything looks good. We just need one more little thing. One more thing and we got a show. One more thing and we got a show.
I got what you need.
You got it.
I got it.
What do you got?
Ezekiel.
For what?
To do what you do best.
Interview? We got an interview with Zeke. We got an interview with Elias.
Not with Elias.
Elias is going to be on the show.
No, let's not appear dumb to our audience. Come on. Ezekiel.
Going to be on this show?
The zipper guy.
Oh, has a zipper on his penis?
Yeah.
Within the belt?
Mm-hmm.
We got a show.
Hell yeah, we do.
We got Ezekiel.
My boss hit my line with an angry text saying something about B90X. I said wrestling. I'm going to wrestling. Then my phone blew up with a couple of alarms. I got bets to make. I got worms to farm. I said wrestling. I'm going to wrestling. I'm a wrestling son of a bitch from a worm farm down on the Mississippi. And if you got a problem with the way I live, you could catch a chest chop then a super kick. Yeah, Rasslin, that's wrestling. Rasslin, that's wrestling. Rasslin, that's wrestling. Rasslin, that's wrestling.
All right, it is Rasslin, and we're going to jump right into the interview with Ezekiel from WWE, hot new young superstar, younger brother of Elias. So we got about 25 minutes with him. It's coming right up. After that, we got the rest of the show. We're doing something different. Main course is the interview. I'm going to talk about a little extra after the interview. Here is our interview with Ezekiel. All right, it is Rasslin, Barstool's professional wrestling podcast. I am Brandon Walker. I am your host. I am here all the time. But today, we have a very special guest. Some would say maybe a rookie in WWE circles, somebody who just finished up his first month in the company. It is, of course, Ezekiel. Apparently, they've given me producer's notes here, younger brother of former WWE superstar Elias. Ezekiel, your first month in WWE, man, how's it been?
Man, it is a dream come true. I can tell you, seeing my brother do it for all those years, I knew it was special. I grew up being a fan. We grew up being fans together. And so to do it now and be in my first month, it is amazing. Yeah.
So, Kevin Owens, I have a question. What's his problem?
Dude, exactly. Can you imagine how I must feel? I'm getting to live out my dream after all this time, and I show up and I'm just constantly accused of being a liar by the biggest liar in the entire company. If you've ever followed anything Kevin Owens has done.
No, I'm just going to play devil's advocate right here, but during the time that Elias was in WWE, I don't remember seeing you come up in like the independent scene or seeing you doing smaller matches. Where were you when Elias was in WWE at the first time?
Well, Elias, as far as I know, was only in WWE one time.
Right.
I was working behind the scenes doing my own thing. Man. I mean, how in tune are you with the independent level?
Oh, I am Mr. Independent Wrestling. Do you know that I'm going to be in a battle royal and some crap-ass thing in Long Island in a couple of weeks?
I did not, but now I'm excited for you, man. That's going to be great. Is that your first one?
It's my second. I took a body slam from a big fat guy a couple of weeks ago. I was out for a month.
Yeah. This is an interesting thing, man. I've been wanting to be a wrestler my whole life. And people ask me, oh, why didn't Elias ever talk about you? He mention you, these kind of things, And to that, I just say, is Kevin Owens talking about his mom? Is Sami Zayn talking about his wife? The people, they get out there on WWE, on television, they do their thing. It's not really always about their family. And so, yeah, I don't hold any resentment towards Elias about that.
I feel like you unfairly get compared to your brother a lot. So let's get away from your brother real quick, just for a couple of questions. Before I do any of that, WrestleMania Backlash coming up this weekend on Peacock. Going to have some gigantic matches there. You have the rematch between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. You have the Usos and Roman Reigns. You have who's the other guy? Yeah, against RK Bro. Thank you very much for that, and Drew McIntyre. I just forgot how to do wrestling talk all of a sudden. Anyway, my question to you is this: who designed your ring gear?
Look, I happened to catch a little clip of you mentioning my ring gear last week. You're very infatuated with the zipper aspect of my ring gear.
You have a zipper on your tights.
Yeah, correct. Are you ever at work and then have to use the restroom? Does that ever happen to you?
It does happen to me, but I don't work in tights. I mean, occasionally I'll wear a Speedo around the office,
Well,
but
I do.
Okay, how it doesn't look like a.
That's the difference. I work in tights.
But Ezekiel, I don't think that's a real working zipper. I think that's an artist representation of a zipper.
No, it is absolutely a real zipper, and if I had it with me, I would show you. But I'll keep that in mind, though, next time this comes up, okay?
All right. Well, one last question about your gear. Your gear not only has a zipper, it has a belt.
Yes.
I guess
Do you wear a belt when you're at work? What is the issue here?
You know what? I kind of feel a little stupid right now because I don't ever wear pants without wearing a belt. And frankly, it is kind of responsible to wear a belt with pants. You know what, Ezekiel? I'm going to just sit here. That's my mistake. I apologize.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm quick to forgive, man. It's all good, but let's just think these things through a little bit next time.
That's my fault. I'm trying to make interesting conversation. I see a man because not a lot of people have thought to wear a belt in the ring. There were guys, like I'm sure John Cena had a belt with his jorts, but he was wearing jorts. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Ezekiel doesn't think like everybody else, that's for sure.
WrestleMania Backlash is coming up this weekend. What is Ezekiel looking forward to on this show the most?
I am most looking forward to Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin. I've been following that story. I think Madcap is hilarious. He's athletic. He's on the rise. He's powerful. He's explosive. And something about Baron Corbin just rubs me the wrong way, man. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin were very close. Some would say they were as close as brothers.
Do you have a brother?
Oh, no. I was an only child until my sister was born.
Okay. Well, that's what I could say is until you have a brother, I wouldn't be speaking on brotherly relationships. Me and Elias, the bond that me and him have it's unlike anything Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss had. I mean, they're friends for sure, but brothers, hardly.
Well, since you brought him up again, I just have to ask you a question. Growing up, when you went to school, did you guys take a school bus or did you walk with Elias?
Yeah, there was a period of time I walked with Elias for sure. That's clever, man.
Thank you very much. I've been working on this for days. The fact that you actually saw a clip of me talking crap about your ring gear has thrown me off tremendously.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
I am quite scared. So anyway, we're joking about it, but you took a lie detector test a couple of weeks ago in the ring. It was administered by Gable of the Alpha Academy, and Kevin Owens told you to take it. You took it, and you passed. My question is, how did you pass?
Because I am telling the truth. I am Ezekiel. I am Elias's younger brother, and I don't. Why would you even ask something like that? Because now I'm starting to think. Now I'm starting to put things together. First with the attitude, the questions, the gear, and now you're wondering, how did I pass a lie detector test? Well, let's think this one through again. I told the truth, and that's what I'm going to keep on doing. Okay, and now these guys are out. I don't get it. I understand that I do look like my brother, but for anybody in all time who has ever had a brother, they probably look somewhat similar. So I don't even see what the big issue here. And now I think they're out to find some other way to prove their theory that I actually am my brother. It's insulting.
You know what? I'm focusing too much of my time on the fact that your brother was in it, because this is about you. You're the rookie. You're the guy that's on the scene. you're the guy. So since you've been in WWE only a short time, you haven't been there very long. I mean, who do you like? Who do you not like? Who's rubbed you the wrong way?
Well, I'll tell you who I do like. I like Montez and Angelo Dawkins. Those guys have taken me in. They're awesome. We had some fun last night. Great help. So those guys, they have been awesome. Who has rubbed me the wrong way? Obviously, Kevin Owens.
Sure.
I mean, he's destroying a dream, a childhood dream at that. Every week, essentially, he's out here, and it's going to come to a head at some point. I know it's going to come down to me and him, but I don't even know if me beating him is going to be enough to convince him that I am who I say I am.
Well, when it comes down to it, I mean, you guys, what you're saying is, and when a wrestler comes down to it, you're going to get in the ring eventually, and you're going to figure this thing out. But you're a guy with not a lot of experience in WWE, and Kevin Owens has been there since 2015. So it seems like he would have the experience. What do you bring to the table that you can beat Kevin Owens?
Well, I mean, in the same sense that he has experience, I have all this unpredictability. You don't know what's coming. You don't have a lot of film to study. There's not a lot of information out there on me just yet. So Kev has no idea what's coming. Whereas I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. I watch everything. I've seen Kevin Owens. I know all of his tricks. I know everything he's going to try and do. So I really feel like, he's the one that's been exposed. I know who he is, and he has not realized who Ezekiel is just yet.
I don't mean to keep going back to your ring gear, but the tassels.
Just go ahead.
You wear tassels. That's interesting.
I do. What do? Hey, how about I let you design my gear? I mean, you've got such great fashion right now that it's like,
dude.
Yeah, let me set this guy design the best wrestling gear ever. Right?
Look at this shirt. Is this not the best shirt you've ever seen?
What do we got there? WWF.
No
it's
Mercy.
Hard for me to see.
The best wrestling video game they ever made.
Oh, No Mercy.
Yeah.
One of the. It's got to be the greatest ever made. Yes, right. There we go. All right, sit down, man. Sit down. It's all good. Don't get worked up.
I was showing it to you. I wasn't trying to fight anybody. I was just everybody relax.
When the interview's over, let's talk about my gear. Maybe you've got some great creative ideas, but I happen to love my gear. The tassels, the zipper, the belt, the colors, the whole thing, man.
Fair enough. Okay, you know what? Since you are new to this, I want to give the fans of wrestling, the fans of WWE, the WWE Universe, a chance to get to know you. Because right now, they know that you're a hot young wrestler and you are Elias's younger brother. Those are the two things they know about you, correct?
Yeah, that's probably about it.
So I got a couple questions getting to know you. What's your favorite musical instrument to play?
I see what you're doing here. Now, listen, guitar was my brother's thing. Okay, now, yes, the musical gene has run through the family, all of us, my dad, my mom, I mean, the whole crew. But, I'm more of a piano guy. That's my thing. I love to play piano.
Your brother used to bring a guitar out to the ring. Will you ever consider carrying a piano out to the ring every week?
If that was somehow possible, I think it might be better if there was already one out there than having to try to carry it. That'd probably make more sense. But sure, I'd consider it.
I could probably carry a piano.
I would love to see that.
You have called my bluff. Growing up, what was your favorite sport to play with your brother or anybody else, or maybe solo?
Yeah, of course. No, I loved to play baseball. That was my thing growing up. My brother played. He was a little bit ahead of me, but playing catch baseball with the kids around the neighborhood and everything like that when we were real young and growing up all through school. Yeah, baseball.
Have you ever grown a beard?
I've tried but I can't do it. I just don't. My brother had such a full, huge beard. I tell you, I could go weeks. I could go, I bet you 3 months without shaving, and it would look just like this right now.
What's your favorite TV show to binge watch?
To binge watch?
Or just to watch. What's your favorite thing to watch on TV?
Yeah, I mean, if we're stepping outside of the wrestling world,
for now,
I love The Office. The Office is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Well, okay. Let's see. A couple questions about that. Don't you think they kind of ruined the Kevin Malone character over the years? I mean, at first he was a World Series poker guy, and then he was weird, but he was a smart guy, and by the end he's just a bubbling idiot.
Right. Yeah, they made him more dumb as the show on, but there's a lot of things I would have done differently, but all in all, I got to say, one of my favorite shows.
You know who else they ruined? Andy Bernard, but we don't really have time for that today. We don't.
What a sad ending for him, really. It
really. Once they introduced his brother as a character in season 9, it was all downhill for Andy Bernard.
I'm with you completely. Left for months at a time, comes back, loses his job, comes back as sales. Don't get me started.
Dude, who leaves for months at a time and then just shows back up and expects to do the same exact job?
And his girlfriend, he didn't even talk to his girlfriend for the months he was gone. Erin, he left her out. Hey, we should do another interview just about The Office at some point.
We can do that. We can absolutely do that. What would you say, not to Kevin Owens, not to me, but to fans who believe that Ezekiel is not the younger brother of Elias? The fans believe Ezekiel is Elias.
So if there are fans out there that are buying into what Kevin Owens is putting out there, I just have to say time is going to prove itself that I am exactly who I say I am. Now, I went out there, I put my heart on the line. I put everything on the line, really, when I took that lie detector test in front of the world. So I don't know. I heard Gable wants to claim all of a sudden it's faulty equipment, or if you're a really good liar, you can somehow pass, which I don't understand, because what is the lie detector test searching for anyways? But listen, over time, and I'm going to tell more about myself and me, and you're going to see that me and Elias, we are not the same person. I'm the younger brother, and I love my brother. I really do. But, if you haven't realized yet, we are separate, unique people, individuals.
So at some point, will he ever come out with you and clear all this up?
I would love that. I have not talked to him for a while, but I would absolutely love if he came out there and we did our thing, and really for my sake and for Kevin's, just kind of put the whole thing to rest.
So we've talked a lot about your brother, but this isn't about him. This is about Ezekiel. This is about the future. This is about what's laying in front of you. You showed up the night after WrestleMania, and you've got an entire future ahead of you. What does the next year look like for you if it's a successful year?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I want to build trust with the audience, because that is what Kevin's doing. He's planting these seeds of doubt, which I got to cast out of the way, man. I don't like that. On top of that, man, I just want to compete with the best. I want to go after championships. I think I could take down the big dog Roman Reigns. And I mean, that is saying a lot, because I know what he has done over the last, 2 years now. So I'm telling you, Ezekiel is ready for the challenge. I'm ready to step up, and I do want to prove that to everybody.
Now, you've never wrestled Roman Reigns or any of these guys before, right? That's never happened?
No, sir. Only been around for a couple months now. So
I got to tell you, I don't know about Kevin Owens. I don't know what his problem is. He was mad at Stone Cold Steve Austin a month ago, so, who knows what's going on through his mind. I'm a big fan of you. I'm a big fan of your brother. I can't wait to see what unfolds over the next few weeks, and hopefully at some point you're able to get your hands on Kevin Owens and you guys settle this thing.
Yeah, I'm with you, though, man. I mean, he's calling out Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. It's already got to have a little bit of a screw loose. Now he's on some kick that I'm not who I say I am. I actually think Kev has some serious issues going on. I plan on addressing those in the next few weeks, and we get to the bottom of this whole thing.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So my last question for you, and this is about your brother and about everything. Elias used to say some pretty mean things about fans, about other wrestlers. So he would come out there with his guitar and he would get people fired up. Do you agree with him on all the mean things he said, or are you going to eventually tell us your opinions?
No, listen, like I said, I love my brother. But we all have our faults, right? We all have our areas where we miss the mark a little bit. And honestly, my brother would say some things that I did not agree with. Okay. I happen to be very grateful for any Ezekiel fan that is out there. And so I just want to express my gratitude in the cities I've got to see so far with while traveling for the past month or so have just been beautiful. Everyone has treated me well. So, until proven otherwise, I got no reason to see things the way Elias saw things.
Man, it must be amazing for you going around the loop for the first time and seeing cities for the first time and wrestling in arenas for the first time. It truly must be amazing.
I'm telling you, it's a dream come true. Since I was a small child, I wanted to do this. And now for the last month, being able to live this out it's incredible. It's a blessing.
All right. Well, Elias, thank you very much for showing up. And I appreciate you coming on the show.
Oh, come on now.
I
know you got Elias on the mind about him, but you're sitting here talking to Ezekiel.
Producer, did I call him Elias? I did. You're not on my side. I pay you $8 an hour. You're just going to agree with him? Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Ezekiel? You've got me here. You win this round. Once again, coming up this Sunday, it is WrestleMania Backlash. We'll see some of the greatest wrestlers in the world. It's on Peacock. I believe it's 8 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. Internationally, it'll be on the WWE Network, but it's going to be a great show, as all of the premium live events are. Now, Ezekiel, the last question, I'll let you get out of here. I don't think you're currently scheduled to be on this premium live event, but soon, whether you show up on this one or whether you show up on the next one, you'll soon be on the biggest of the big stages in WWE. How does that make you feel?
Dude, even hearing you say that, man, it gets me so excited. I can't wait to be on a pay-per-view in the WWE. Are you kidding me, dude? Man, so yeah, I can't wait. I don't know if it's going to be this Sunday or what do we got next? Hell in a Cell and Money. Oh, Money in the Bank. Are you kidding me? Hey, here we go.
Wait. Okay, hold on. I got to do the first note.
You almost get it.
Oh, there it is.
All right. Well, hey, not exactly as good as my brother used to do it, but you're trying, man. Just like you're trying in this interview.
No, I was just doing the note. If you want to sing anything, or I don't care what you do. This is my time allotted to practice on my guitar.
Let's hear what else you got.
Can I tell
Go
you?
ahead.
Can I tell you the truth? I stayed up till 3 a.m. trying to learn that note.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
I took this guitar from a coworker. He doesn't know I have it, and then I lost my pick, so I had to do it with my fingers. So I don't know how to do it. That fell flat, didn't it?
Yeah, it's very obvious you don't know what you're doing.
You know what? That's true with the guitar, and it's true in life. And now I feel like a real jackass. Ezekiel, I wish you nothing but the best of luck in your future. I wish you the best of luck with Kevin Owens. And if one day you and your brother decide to be tag team champs, or if you see whatever, Ezekiel, you're a ray of sunshine in this world. Thank you for being here.
Dude, thank you so much. I don't know if this is one of your first interviews or not, but I think you did a great job. And, man, you just keep at it. Keep on practicing. Keep giving out the questions. And it's only up from here, man. I want to build you up, okay?
Hey,
and I got a lot of gratitude for you. Thank you so much.
I've been doing these interviews
listen, whenever we get done with this interview, let's talk off camera. We could talk about my gear. And I got some ideas for your interviewing coming up. So thank you, man.
I've been doing interviews for 3 years. I'm the best interviewer in the... You know what, Ezekiel? Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Rasslin. I don't know, man. That's just Ezekiel. I thought it could have been Elias. I was kind of suspect like Kevin Owens, but apparently it's just Ezekiel.
Big chest, man.
Big chest. Did you see his chest?
Gigantic.
This doesn't even look right. I was worried about the man's health.
It was like pink, too. Like his...
He was trying to show off or something.
Yeah.
I ain't scared of him.
No.
Or his brother.
No.
You know what I am scared of? Not using Shopify. Mm-hmm. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big businesses. So upstart, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronize online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed. You get the big business tools for your small business. You get the data tracking, you get all that. Scaling your business is a journey of endless possibility. I think I say that every time I read this ad. Just a beautiful sentence right there. Scaling your business is a journey of endless possibility. Reach customers online and across social networks with an ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more. Synchronize your online and in-person sales. Gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond. It's more than a store because Shopify grows with you and your business. This is Possibility powered by Shopify. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to craft a little show here at the end. That was our interview with Ezekiel. If you don't want to see my opinions about AEW or WWE or my top 5 rock moments or my answer wrestling, then leave right now. I don't care. You're fat anyway. Look at you with your fat face and your fat eyes and your fat beard and your fat... Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking to my cameraman.
I thought so.
It's okay. You look fine. What about you? What are you looking at? You haven't done one of those videos in a while where you take wrestling's clout and try to use it for your own personal gain.
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. Let me repackage it.
Yes, please do.
You haven't taken you haven't done one of your videos recently where you take wrestling's clout and use it for your own personal gain.
Well, someone has to push the merch, which I strategically wear in all
First of all,
videos.
I would love to push the merch, and we have great merch. It's right here. Bing! But look at this. Is this a shirt?
That's probably the best shirt you've ever worn.
This might be my best shirt. And yes, where is it? Is it this side or this side? My wife did wash it with the sticker on. So it has, I don't know, yeah, there it is.
Yep, it's right there.
Yeah, so you washed it before. My wife likes to wash things before I wear them. I think that's crazy. Every time I bring a new shirt home, she washes it before I wear it. She said, you don't want any of that store germs on you. Yes, I do. The best wear is the first wear. After you wash and dry, it's different. And she always washes my stuff before I wear it. And I hate it. I hate it.
It'll never be as crisp as that first wear.
Never. Never. Look at you. You wash before you wear.
I do.
You wash before you wear. That's crazy. That's crazy. An update to last week's show-long investigation. And we can get a picture up here, right? We were wondering who Wedgie Guy was. Who was the wrestler with constant wedgies? There was a commenter on YouTube, said a name, ding, went off. It's Ahmed Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Ahmed Johnson's trunks were up his ass all the time. And I mean, every match, Ahmed Johnson's tights were up his ass. And it checks out because I've recently, every night I go to sleep watching Peacock, watching WWE on Peacock, and I've been in my 97, 98 Raw. Right now I'm in 98, but last week I was in 97. So I was right in Ahmed Johnson territory.
I mean, his selection of sizes for himself with that body was...
It was interesting.
Very interesting.
It was interesting. It was...
The knee pads on the arm.
Yeah. Even the little tape he would wear, just never quite fit what he... Nothing fit him.
Nothing.
Nothing fit him. Much like Ezekiel. That tank top was holding on for dear life. You think that's Elias?
I mean, no, I don't.
You?
No. Well, they're brothers.
Brothers look alike.
Yeah.
So here's my wrestling opinions for this week. Then we're going to get into our top 5 rock moments, and then we're going to get into our what? Ask Rasslin. Ask Rasslin. Thank you very much. Are we missing something? Oh, Indie Corner doesn't happen this week.
No, we're taking a break from Indie
Taking a break from... I'm not sure Indie Corner works, if we're being honest. Does it work?
It's probably like the fan favorite.
It's the fan
They like it? I thought the only feedback I get saying... Some people say Indie Corner might...
Who are these people? Show me these people.
Well, you don't have to get an attitude.
Well, you're just saying things.
Well, you don't have to get an attitude. First of all, Indie Corner was my idea in the first place. So don't act like it's just your baby. It was my idea in the first place to bring these nobodies on here with somebody. Now you got me going out to Long Island, May 14th, to wrestle in a Creative Pro Battle Royal with these fucking nobodies, with these absolute fucking nobodies. You got Brandon fucking Walker coming to Long Island to wrestle a bunch of absolute fucking nobodies. They're going to kill me, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're chasing our clout, though. That's what's going on here.
I'm fine, whatever. Who gives a shit about the clout? They're going to hurt me because you signed me up for this.
Views, baby. I need you to get body slammed. I need you potentially.
You want me to get body slammed by a bunch of fucking nobodies? Who else is going to be there? Cardona going to be there?
He's going to be there.
Chelsea Green, you know what they are? A couple of fucking nobodies? That's not true. Chelsea Green has a tremendous body. Anyway. Y'all okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
And frankly, Matt Cardona does too. So
You're
I could
correct.
see why they're together. WrestleMania Backlash this week. I don't know about you. I think the Cody Seth Rollins storyline might be the best storyline in wrestling right now. The promos they're doing, the promo that Seth Rollins cut on Cody last night was fantastic. Like they're bringing the real life stuff in it, and their match at WrestleMania was good. It was great. And I don't know if we go back to December, and I tell every wrestling fan in the world, come May, Cody Rhodes will be in WWE. First of all, a lot of people wouldn't believe me. Secondly, they wouldn't think he would be, even if he goes, well, that's not going to work. It's not going to be over. It's worked. He's over. Like it's everything Cody Rhodes has touched in WWE has been gold so far. Seth Rollins is the guy you go to when you've got somebody that can be gold and let him shine. I just love it. I think it's going to be a great match. When is you wrote down here? When is Rhea Ripley going to be women's champion?
I just think that she.
I wouldn't mind building to a SummerSlam main event on the women's side of Bianca against Rhea Ripley. That would slap.
I just think Rhea's just.
She's a star. She's a star.
Absolute star.
She hasn't become a star yet. They kind of dropped the ball the first time when she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania, the WrestleMania that nobody was at. But she's a star. She will eventually be a star. Did you say she's dating Buddy Murphy?
Yeah, that's what the sheets are saying.
The sheets are saying that Rhea Ripley is dating Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy, who is dating Rhea Ripley and previously dated Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
And good for him. Good for him. Why?
Because life's not fair.
He's from Australia.
You think that's it? Oh, because he goes down under. Okay, fair enough. We got it. We figured it out. Do we have this picture? Did you see this picture of Kane? 55 years old?
DDP Yoga.
Huh?
DDP Yoga.
No, that's Kane. DDP's not in the picture. That's Kane. Is he this one bright?
I know, man.
I don't know. I'm 43. I'm 43. About the same, right? About the same?
Probably weight-wise, yes.
That was rude.
Really was. May 11th, UBS Arena, the salt of the earth, Long Island. I went to Long Island. I went to Stu Finer's party the other day, and I can objectively say, Long Island fucking sucks. Are you kidding me? Now, once you get to Long Island, it's great. The great neighborhoods, great people, well, great places to eat. But getting there is terrible, and getting back is worse. Like, I can't imagine growing up out there. Like, you can't get anywhere. If you live on Long Island, you just got to stay on Long Island. You can't go anywhere. That's why MJF thinks it's the best place in the world. He can't go anywhere else. Fuck.
You sit in any traffic?
Sitting in traffic! FTR wrestled the other day. I was worried that, at the height of their powers, they would wrestle, and it would. Those guys are two professional wrestlers, two incredible wrestlers, and it was great. And now I hope Dax Harwood wins the whole tournament, the Owen Hart Invitational or Owen Hart Cup, or what are they calling it? The Cup. The Owen Hart Foundation Cup. Is that what we're calling it? Is it foundation? There's not foundation in there?
It's just the Owen Hart.
The Owen Hart Cup? I think the word foundation's in there. I don't know why. Is it not?
Owen Hart Foundation Cup doesn't.
It doesn't roll off the tongue. Did I make up the foundation part? He was in the Hart Foundation.
They do have the foundation, but they are getting the
It's the Owen Hart Cup.
Yes.
Okay. Double or Nothing coming up. We now officially, they announced it's CM Punk against Hangman Page.
Yep.
I think I want CM Punk to win that match. I think I want CM Punk to be their champion.
I think he needs to. It's time.
I mean, if you look at AEW, you've got some very over guys, you've got some moderately over guys, but when they brought in CM Punk, they brought in Bryan Danielson last year, they could legitimately, I know Danielson's doing this thing with the Blackpool Combat Club, but if they want to, he could be the champion tomorrow. Like, they could legitimately put the belt on CM Punk or Bryan Danielson tomorrow and then eventually move it to wherever you're going to move it next. But I think it's time. I think CM Punk deserves a run on top.
May I say something?
Better than anybody I know. What the fuck do you want?
I think that the champion needs to run these shows, and I don't think Hangman's done that. And I think you give Punk that belt, and the show can revolve.
I would say Punk and MJF have been running shows over the last 6 months.
Right. Might as well give him the belt.
You know, Blackpool Combat Club's kind of running. They're in the mix for running the show right now. Yeah, there's something. This Wheeler Yuta, he fits pretty good. I don't like his name. Wheeler. You don't like Wheeler Yuta. You're making a face.
Wrestling.
MJF states that if Vince offers him more money, he's out. Well, no shit. That's the case. Let me tell you something. If there's a guy in WWE, give me a guy. Baron Corbin is making $1.2 million a year, and Tony Khan says, hey, I'll give you $2 million. Guess where he's going? He's taking his ass to AEW.
But do you think Tony lets that happen? That's the question.
Do you think Tony lets himself get outbid for MJF?
Yeah. Because he hasn't had to do that before.
I think that could be very interesting because I think both of those guys are they could go pretty far into a bidding war. But if you go far into a bidding war and you price the guy up high, then everybody else is going to want to go up high. So I don't know. Business-wise, it would behoove him to, if he could lock it up in 2023, that'd be great, but I don't know.
What do you think he'd make?
Huh?
What do you think MJF would make?
What do I think MJF would make? I got a number.
Sounds like words are being.
Holy fuck!
That's what it's going to take. That's, what do you think Barstool paid me to stay here? My prep sheet was in that. And I dropped it because I have to go get the prep.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
You can walk in front of the camera. I don't think it's going to matter. You're shorter than the camera. The camera is a smooth 4'6" off the floor. Okay. That's half the sheets. I've already used that one. So I'm going to need those two. Thank you. I can't wait to see. Should I start saying who we have lined up for interviews with AEW? I mean, they're confirmed. It's coming soon. We're going to be running back. We have MJF Volume 1. That was March of 2021. We have MJF Volume 2. That was end of 2021.
Yeah.
And then now, next week, MJF Volume 3 for Rasslin. We have... Help me out. No, I know that one. Who's the other? No, we have two. We have Ty Conti, Sammy Guevara. We have MJF. There are two more. This fucking guy, Danhausen. We have him, and then there's one more that I can't remember off the top of my. Oh, it's William Regal. We got William Regal. We're gonna have an interview with William Regal. Isn't that gonna be cool?
Hell yeah.
Okay, relax. All right. Let's get to we just made the list. Before we do that, though, I got to tell you about Game Time, the new ticketing app partner of Barstool Sports. It's a new ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. They guarantee the lowest price. Back itches. They got great rates on great seats. Hey, we got the NHL playoffs at the Garden tonight. We have here on Long Island, we got AEW at UBS Arena coming soon. I think WWE's here this week. I think SmackDown's on Long Island this week. I think they're running the same building.
The UBS.
Maybe different buildings, but I think they're both running Long Island within a week of each other. Anyway, if you haven't bought tickets yet, you can get the great late tickets. Great rates on great seats. The best part, you get $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app, go to the account tab to create a login, and redeem code Rasslin for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time, last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was timed well. Yesterday, May 2nd, was the 50th birthday of the fucking Rock. The Rock. I have two favorite wrestlers in my life. As a youth, it was Macho Man Randy Savage. As a college age kid and from now on, The Rock. I love The Rock. I was a Rock guy more than Austin. I was a Rock guy. I love The Rock. Outside of my kids and my wife, The Rock is my favorite living human being. He is our greatest American. I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's what I'm telling you right now. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, please come on the show one time. The show sucks. Nobody watched it. Who cares? You got the money. You can do a bad show every now and then. I watch Doom. You can do a bad show. I also didn't watch Doom. My top 5 Rock moments. Top 5 of the Rock moments. This could be top 500, but this is what I've got. Number 5. Did you do a big 5?
Yeah.
How big?
As big as your head.
So not very big. Moderately sized.
Literally, it wouldn't be big, but figuratively.
Number 5 Rock moment of all time. The year was 2011. We've not seen The Rock on WWE TV in 7 years. He's gone off and he's doing his movies and he's doing the things and everything's great and everything's fantastic. They've announced there's going to be a guest host for WrestleMania. What does that mean? We've never had a guest host for WrestleMania at this point, 2011. And it was Justin Roberts, right?
Yeah.
If Justin Roberts in the ring, he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, the host of WrestleMania 27. I've watched it so many times. I remember everything about the clip. I remember the way he said it. I remember after he said that, the host of WrestleMania 27. Doom, doom. The lights go out one by one. I'm like, okay, well, who is it? Is it Donald Trump again? Because we just had, I don't know who I'm thinking. But I'm just sitting there in my recliner. I'm very poor at the time. It's a bad recliner. And I lean up and I'm like, who is it? And then it goes, doom. You start seeing lightning, electricity. And I went, electricity? No, it's not the fuck. Bam! It's fucking music hits. It's the, woo! It's the, woo! It's the best. I love it. It's the best surprise of the last 20 years to me. I was just sitting there. I didn't know who it was going to be. The internet hadn't told me, or I wasn't plugged in. I didn't know who it was going to be. Did we know? Did they know it was going to be The Rock? Did the internet spoiled it? They hadn't, right?
The internet, there were tons of people rumored for that.
The internet had not spoiled it.
The internet had not spoiled it.
I was on, like today, Sean Ross Sapp would tell me, and I'd hate that motherfucker, but he would tell me. I don't want. The Rock coming back in 2011 is my favorite wrestling surprise that ever happened. I loved it so much. I was calling my friends. I was calling Heath. I was calling Alan. I was calling Matt. Damn it.
It was the closest thing you had to back in the day when
Right.
something big would happen and you would actually have to call your
Correct.
friend.
It was probably the last back in the day moment I had.
Right.
Number 4 is another return. We knew this one was going to happen. But in 2001, at WrestleMania, Stone Cold went heel, won the belt. And then Stone Cold and Triple H started doing a thing and all that. And The Rock left to go do the Scorpion King, to go do a movie. It'll be fine because he's only going to do a couple movies. He'll never leave wrestling. He left to do the Scorpion King. He did the Scorpion King. And then they're doing that stupid invasion angle. I actually like it more than a lot of people. I thought the invasion angle was kind of good. But they're doing the invasion angle, and right around July, they're doing a show in Philadelphia, and Vince McMahon comes out and says, all right, this is enough. They're beating us too much. I'm about to reinstate a certain superstar. And the next week in Philadelphia, I remember vividly getting ready because they did it at the end of the show. But right before the last commercial break, they showed the Rocky statue, and then The Rock just turned and gave the eyebrow. And then he comes out, he rock bottoms Vince, he rock bottoms Shane, and then he says, finally, The Rock has come back to the W. Oh, my God. You could literally do the top 5 Rock returns. That could be a thing. Number 3, Survivor Series 1998. This one hurt at the time because I was still into heel facedom. And I was early on the Rock train. Like the summer of '98, even when he was still heel, I was starting to really feel the Rock. And then SummerSlam happened with kind of a double turn where they had the ladder match. Triple H beat him, but The Rock came out the bigger star. And September, October, The Rock is building up. He's all of a sudden the hottest face in the company. Bam, they flip it. They swerve everybody. Vince McMahon cheats. They hug. And it's his first world title. It's incredible. And it's one of the greatest booked single events in the history of wrestling. It was so well booked that it made me mad how well booked it was. Like, it wasn't until later I could go back and say, oh, yeah, of course, because he beat Boss Man with a small package. because he beat Ken Shamrock when Boss Man threw Ken Shamrock a baton, but oops, The Rock accidentally intercepted. Like, everything happened for a reason.
What? That interception, by the way.
Terrific. Everything about it was great.
Unbelievable.
Everything about it was great. Survivor Series 98 was he climbed the top of the mountain. Number 2, Rock Hogan. The match, the event, the promos, but really I'm just talking about once they get in the ring and they step to each other and the crowd goes nuts. Now, they went nuts because Hogan was there and they were on Hogan's side, but that doesn't work if The Rock isn't the fucking Rock. Rock Hogan in front of Toronto, 65,000 people. They didn't even have to wrestle. It was so good just watching them look at each other. Rock Hogan is number 2 on the list. And number 1 is kind of personal for me, but Backlash 2000. Now, you think Rock Hogan's a huge event, Rock Austin at WrestleMania, all huge events. But Backlash 2000 is what he should have gotten at WrestleMania 2000. Every year up until that point, 96, Shawn Michaels wins the Rumble, has his big championship moment. Stone Cold Steve Austin wins the Rumble, has his big championship moment. It had happened so often, so long, that The Rock wins the Rumble in 2000 and he's the hottest guy in wrestling and it's his moment. Give him the title at WrestleMania, and they decided to not do that. They swerved us. Kind of sucked. They should have just done a straight match with Triple H and given him the belt. Well, a month later, they realized their mistake. Going to Backlash 2000, Austin returns. Rock finally beats Triple H, finally gets his moment. Should have happened at WrestleMania. Did happen at Backlash. And when he finally got that title after coming back as a babyface, it was my favorite Rock moment ever. And again, the Stone Cold pop, when Stone Cold's music hits, the pop never goes away. It stays up for like 20 minutes. Incredible. WrestleMania or Backlash 2000 is a great show. Go back and watch it on Peacock. That's your top 5 Rock moments. All right, before we get into Ask Wrestling, one last thing here. Let's talk about those balls, boys, because I worry about nothing more than I worry about your testicles. If you're watching me, first of all, you're probably fat and your testicles are huge and saggy, but that doesn't mean you can't make them look great. Get that thing, don't do it too much, but do what you can. The Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to prepare that summer bod. They've got the Lawnmower 4.0, all-new skin-safe electric trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear, nose, and hair trimmer. You know you nerds need that. The Crop Perverser anti-chafing ball deodorant. Crop Reviver ball spray toner. I love spraying my balls. I love spraying other men's balls. I'm just a ball sprayer. Magic Mat disposable shaving mats. You want to take your grooming game even further? Look at Manscaped Shears 2.0, a package that has everything you need to look pristine. They've got nail cutters, tweezers, grooming scissors. With the performance package, your balls will be ready to impress, but make sure you cover the rest. The Shears 2.0, and you'll be ready to perform from head to toe. You know what perform means. Your penis. Women will want to have sex with you. I don't know what that's like, but you might. Get 20% off free shipping, plus free shipping with the code Brandon at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code Brandon, B-R-A-N-D-O-N, at manscaped.com. This is the summer to turn your package into the total package. Hi, Lex, with Manscaped.
Wrestling.
All right, to close things up, we've got Ask Wrestling. You out there who watch this show, there's only like 30 of you. Hi, thanks. Thank you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. I'm just kidding. She died many years ago. Ask Wrestling. Hashtag Ask Wrestling on Twitter. Twitter.com. Shout out Elon Musk for buying Twitter. All right? I don't really care. Caleb at Seawall1289 says, why is my wrestling shirt pulling so much puss? Caleb, I understand your concern, and from the bottom of my heart, I want to apologize. Women can't get enough of wrestling. Both wrestling fans, wrestlers, and mostly our gear. Our gear is sexy. It makes you look great. Men want to be you. Women want to be with you. It is the burden that you take on when you pay our exorbitant prices to wear our merch. Again, our merch right here. But I'm going to warn you right now. Caleb has gone through it. Let me warn you, all the men watching right now, warning. If you buy merch from wrestling, you will be swamped with grade A pussy. So, if you want that, go for it. If you don't, stay away. I know these two guys wouldn't know the feeling. Well, you might. Jesse Leonard, parentheses, the beard. All right. If you had to take one ECW original, one WCW original, and one WWE original and put them together as a faction, who would they be? Is there such thing as a WWE original? I guess that maybe the group that came, like Orton, Cena, and Batista, they were never really anywhere else.
Yeah.
I feel like Brock would be.
Brock would be, yeah. But like, well, I guess The Rock is too. The Rock is a lifer.
Oh, easily. I mean,
Okay, well, I'm starting with The Rock. It's Rock Day here on the show. Starting with The Rock. And I need 2 guys to go with him. I would gladly take help on the ECW one. My mind says, So I've got my superstar. Now I need my worker. I got it. So I'm going Rock, Rob Van Dam. Now I need some muscle. Am I getting muscle from WCW?
Oh, yeah.
Relax.
oh, yeah.
What was that?
Ooh, sir.
Jeez.
Soon.
Okay. Sid? Not really. Is he
I know. I know. He's not
the
muscle.
total package Lex Luger?
Oh, you're thinking that.
Because he's original to me. Like,
Is Jericho WCW original?
No, he was in
No.
ECW first.
He was in ECW. Shit, I didn't know.
I mean, I could just go Flair,
Mm.
a double star.
but does Flair work with The Rock in a faction? You're building. a
Flair has to be the guy, and Rock has to be
Flair
the guy.
has to be the
Yeah.
guy. No disrespect to The Rock, but
You know what you need? It doesn't have to be muscle. You need the star, the almost star, our Rob Van Dam, and then maybe not muscle. You need the enforcer, Arn Anderson, built to be a number 2 or 3 in a faction, built to go out there and get his ass kicked, but still get on the mic and be able to talk. That's my 3. That's my 3. Do you like it?
I love.
I don't care. Do you like it?
Yes.
I don't care at all. Max Yeagle. How often does he get beat up? What do you think of WWE's plans are for Finn Balor? He had a dud of a run as a U.S. champ. Does he team up with AJ? So last night they did the Bullet Club thing, right? They can't do that though. They can't say Bullet Club, right? But they did it. Him and AJ. So now my question is this: AJ's fighting Edge's faction. Right? The Blue Boys. He's fighting the Blue Balls, and he needs some help. So does he turn to Finn Balor? But based on what Edge is building, Finn Balor also makes a lot of sense in that faction, doesn't he? Somebody who has been unjustly done through the... Like, I can see Finn Balor joining Edge's faction.
And Finn has another side of him as well.
Correct. Yes. A real demon, if you will.
Yeah.
AJ AEW Mark says, do you think having multiple wrestlers from other organizations coming in that are not known by the common AEW fan, for example, Jay White this past Wednesday had little reaction, will help grow AEW? Or should they maybe focus on overall story arcs within current AEW talent? I don't mind if they decided to focus on current AEW talent, but here's the thing you got to understand about AEW. Tony Khan and AEW, they're not trying to satisfy just AEW fans. They're going after wrestling fans. There's an entire world of wrestling fans, whether it's NJPW or old ECW originals. There's an entire world of wrestling fans that have kind of tuned out WWE for whatever reason, because they don't have kids. Tony Khan believes his audience is comprised by huge wrestling fans, and they're going to know Jay White, and they're going to know the guys they bring in from Japan, and they're going to know this because Tony Khan knows these things. And I don't think that's a bad... To service the hardcore of the hardcore is a decent strategy. Will it mean the company grows into WWE eventually? No, but will it mean the company makes a whole lot of money and is a very respected organization throughout? Yes. Now, he's also got, in addition to that, he's got stars with breakout potential. Darby, MJF, Sammy, Wardlow. Got stars that could break out into the biggest star in wrestling. If he can keep those guys and roll the dice and one of them becomes this huge industry-changing star, look the fuck out. But until then, he's going to be servicing the hardcore of the hardcores. That's my opinion of Tony Khan. And that, motherfuckers. And that is Rasslin.